Hi guys, I wanted to do this real quick because I said to someone I was going to show them how to adjust the color balance on your printer. And this is for an edible ink printer, and it's a weird way that these work. Mine is the Canon ix6800. This doesn't have a screen on the printer itself. Like some of them have a little touch screen that you can adjust things there. This one doesn't have that at all. So you have to do everything from your computer. And the only way that I found to do this is in the print interface itself. So you have to pretend like you're going to print something, just bring up a sheet that you're going to print, and then go to options down here. And there might be another way to do this. I have, depending on the printer, you might be able to do it from the control panel, but this is the only way that I found it to do with the printers that don't have a screen on it. Okay, so go to options, and when this comes up, and actually let me go back, this is the window that comes up when you say, print this thing. So if you start with a page, like in your files, and you say print, this is the page that comes up. This is the little window. And this is not a full window. I'm just showing it to you close up because that's how this video works. Okay, so go to options. You're going to go to printer properties, not color management, because that's really more for the monitor. Go to printer properties, then go to main. And sometimes you can do it from here. Sometimes when you change from the grayscale printing, it'll let you pop that up, but just go to main. And you're going to go to color intensity and manual, okay? And then click set, and it'll bring this window up. Let me bring this over here. And then you can adjust it. So if your printer is printing really purple, you can adjust those colors, just, and if you want to see the, let's see, I think if you click view color pattern. So this is going to show it's pretty balanced here because everything is right in the middle. If I make less red, see how this changes? Or this is the cyan. Okay, so you have to really, excuse me, you have to kind of look at the color over here because I'm just looking at these little boxes. But if you want less of the cyan to print, and if everything's printing really blue, then make that low. Like take that low and that will adjust that. See how it kind of gets a little less intense. If you have something that's printing a lot of magenta and you want more magenta, you would do that, or like less magenta, do this. See how this is just moving just a little bit. And by adjusting these sliders just a little bit, you can usually get to the color that you want. If your printer isn't printing one color at all, and you've done the print head clean and you're printing the color patterns and that kind of thing, there's something going on with the printer because it should be printing it if everything is flowing through. But if it's just printing off, like I have one printer that wants to print everything really bright pink, and I can't print any purples on it because it pulls in too much of the magenta. So I had to go in and adjust it in here, and that seemed to work. So that's the kind of thing. This is really just to, adjust the color balances. Now, if something is printing super bright all the time and you want less intense colors, you can adjust this one. See how that changes the block? If I want them to be more intense, you can do that. Less intense here. So that works that way. And then this is the same thing with the contrast. You're just going to have to experiment with this because every printer seems to want to print things differently. And I want to make that 0. There we go. Every printer wants to print things differently, and you might need to just experiment with a little bit. You can print a pattern, but it's better to actually print something that you can look at and say, okay, this is too blue, this is too yellow, or whatever. But because printing the pattern doesn't always tell you anything, it really is more about printing the actual thing and then adjusting from that. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up if you thought it was helpful. And if you have other printers, it's probably going to be a similar process. You just have to find the manual color adjustment on the printer, wherever that is in your printer's control panel. And that's how you do that. But you can adjust the color, adjust the contrast, and then like you can make this light. So this is how you basically do it here, okay? But this is the only way that I found to do it for this particular printer, which is the Canon ix6800. And I had some other printers that were similar and you could get to it from a different place, but that's the only way that I found it to do it for the printers that don't have the screen on the printer. All right, so let me have any questions. If you have them, just post them and I will talk to you guys later.